Hello, Sula here from MistyHilltops.com. Thanks for stopping by. In this video, I'm working on a 6x6 double-page spread titled Road Trip. I'll be scrapping a number of photos, and I'm working with a digital scrapbook kit, Hello Weekend by Amber Shaw from Sweetshoppe Designs. So this could be easily transferred to a 12 by 12 size page. I just like to scrap on smaller sizes, which is 6 by 6. So I've prepared this as kind of like a template in Silhouette Studio, and then I clipped the papers or cropped the papers to the elements that I created there, usually just the squares of the size or the rectangles of the size that I'm then printing things out. So then I arrange everything, print it out, cut it out. For circles and stuff, I use my my circle dies, and so there's different ways of how I can cut things out. Some of them, as I said, are dies. Sometimes I use Silhouette Studio or my Silhouette to cut things out. So there's different ways. And here I realized my paper wasn't really sticking anymore. What I do pay attention to is that the two parts align with each other. So there's the two purple papers that I wanted to align, and so that was a little tricky to get that done. And then I have this circle. I just clipped a full circle, and then in Silhouette I just cut it apart. So you see there's an extra strip of white paper. I just left it there because I didn't need to actually cut it off because it'll be covered anyway, and it gives a little more blue surface. So and then but basically there's just one round circle, and then I'm just able to use it in two parts on the page and make my design that way. And then I have the photos there, and I try to be aware where that middle line is because the page will be cut apart there, and so that's something that I also have to pay attention to as I put things down. And I'm still trying to pull it down a little more, and then I'm ready to arrange the other parts of this. So here I have more of the that paper strip there. It's a flag, and that can be glued down. And then here I want to make sure that the left side of it will be slightly under the photo, and so I put this other paper strip there just to know where that middle line will be. That will be cut apart again once I'm done with this page. So then I have a bunch of little circles that I also use my dies, and this is from a Tim Holtz die, one of the postal or envelope or one of those die cut sets. And so here I'm just putting together, I just use different colored cardstock for this, and then use this to make another embellishment there. And then I have these little circles. I used one of my circle dies. I like using circle dies that have the faux stitching. I think they just add a nice little layer of dimension to any scrapbook page. So if I can help it, I would prefer that over Silhouette cuts, though I do use my Silhouette quite a bit too. And so here I am just starting to arrange, and I start from the top and the bottom basically to actually glue this down. And I have this piece of paper there to give me that paper strip again, to give me a little bit of a guideline for alignment, so that I know whereabouts that would be aligned, and so that it is one straight line. And that worked pretty well. I'm just eyeballing it, but still it was it ended up being a straight line because I used that paper strip there. So anyway, this is where then I can put the photos now and add those to the page. I think these are 2 by 3 sizes, so obviously if this was a larger 12 by 12, then they would be a 4x6 size photo, obviously. But I do like working with smaller scale, as I said. And then here is a little, so this is coming from a digital kit, and this was just one of the digital elements, so I really cut them apart and then just glue them back together. I could have just cut out as a paper strip, but I really wanted there not to be any white paper between the chevron pieces there that are part of this design. So that one goes over there, and so I'm still adding now all the embellishment pieces now that pretty much most of my papers are already there on the page. Now I can just start arranging the clusters, and obviously because this is a small scale page, I do prefer not to go too crazy with clustering because then things just get lost on my pages, and I still also like for the pattern papers to show and all that. So now I have this little circle glued down, and so I think I can now actually start to glue down that photo as well, and then start with the other pieces of embellishments and put those where I planned them. So when I planned this in my Silhouette Studio, I just pull these things that I want to print, pull these onto the canvas, but I don't really arrange because, again, I'm also adding die cut pieces that are not from the digital kit. So I'm just having a general idea of where I want to put some things as I print them out, and then I can add more of my own embellishments that I then create using my dies and stamps and things like that. So I like to have those things at play as well. So here is a little star, and then this came with a kit, just one of the word art pieces there that I was able to just cut out. And here's a little bunting that I also cut. This was not so intricate really that I didn't mind cutting it out by hand. Sometimes when the cuts get too intricate, I do use my Silhouette and I do print and cuts. And I do have a tutorial. I don't use the registration marks that come with the Silhouette software. I find it just really doesn't work as well. It works, but it is wasteful with my paper, and there's a whole bunch of reasons why I don't like to use the inbuilt or the built-in just the print and cut features that come with the Silhouette Studio. So I created my own way of how I do print and cuts, and it turns out perfect pretty much every single time. And there's little waste of paper. There's no extra needing of printing those registration marks or anything. There's it's a kind of a simple way to do it, and you can watch a video to see how I do it if you're interested. I'll put a link in the description box below. And then I'm ready to add the title there. This is also from a Tim Holtz die cut set, but I'm still deciding where exactly on my page I want the title. And so I'm just arranging things, but then I decide, no, I don't want to put it there, and it might be a little on the dark side, but I end up putting it right there because there was a lot of space, just what we call white space, even though if it is not white, it's still unused space. And so I thought it was going to be too boring if it's just going to go at the top. But again, there's different preferences, obviously. And I have this, I also created this little a journaling bit that will go there. It's just 2 lines of journaling. And so I'm adding those to the page as well. So And then this is pretty much my page done for the most part. If you are interested, you can always check out my blog, mistyhilltops.com. I have a whole bunch of freebies on there. I only do freebies. And so if you are interested, you can check it out. It's mistyhilltops.com. And I do share templates and digital scrapbook kits there, and whatever I create, word strips that will often go on my projects. And so if you want to check it out, don't miss out. There's some pretty nice goodies there. So this is my page done. All I need to do is actually cut it apart, which I did off screen. And then here are a few more close-ups. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Consider subscribing, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.